Really quick, before we get started, I want to let you know I am constantly putting out Titan and Xterra content. So if you own either of those vehicles, you should absolutely subscribe. It's going to, of course, help support the channel, and you get reminded when new videos get released. All right, on with this video. Hey there, Ride Car Guy here. Today we are removing the shifter assembly from inside the Xterra. This is, of course, for the manual transmission Xterras, and this was actually part of a bigger job I was doing. This was part of the transmission removal video, so if you want to see that, go ahead and take a look at that in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. It's actually quite simple. You don't even need to get underneath the Xterra. There's no linkage. The shifter goes directly into the top of the transmission, so everything is done from inside the vehicle. So let's get in there and get to it. And here, we need to remove our shifter and all of the subsequent boots and protectors and bolts and all of that. So, for starters, with the Xterra, this is just a screw-off shift knob, so we just unscrew that, make it nice and easy. There we go. Then, this boot is attached to this plastic piece here, and if my memory serves me, we need to take off our cup holders to get to this lower piece. But a lot of this stuff is just grab and pull. Pull out my cup holder liners, throw those somewhere, and then literally just grab your cup holders and pull up. Yeah, there's a little tongue here, I remember that now. Once that comes up, literally just, again, lift on this. All right. And pull, there you go, pops up there as well. Slide the upper boot off, and there you go. Shift assembly is exposed. We now have 4 bolts that need to get tackled on our next sort of boot here. And it looks like one is being covered up by a bracket. So we may need to loosen this one back here to get access to this bolt here. Of course, these are going to be 10 millimeter, like just about everything on this truck. So let's go ahead and loosen these. So when you pull up on this, just be gentle, because this rubber is, well, it's as old as your truck is. And so I'm going to pull this, just kind of slide up. There we go. And then kind of flip it to the side here, pull it out. Excellent. Again, set that aside. And now we can see, well, the top of our transmission, of course. There's the top of that. And, oh, first of all, my boot is completely torn. That is unfortunate. Super cool. Well, good to know. Next, we need to remove this clip. This is just a zip tie. So if you have zip ties on hand, just cut this. And actually, well, I think you have to cut it. I don't know what else you would do. So I'm just going to cut this off, pull this boot back, and there should be some bolts underneath this that we need to remove. All right, so both of these are zip ties. I'm just going to snip the lower one off with my little snips here. There we go. And then let's see if we can flip this back here. Awesome. Flip that up. Now that we have that exposed, if you flip it back, you'll see 1, 2, 3 bolts. Just about bet my life they're 10 millimeters. Yep, surprise, surprise. Take those 3 off and pull this assembly out. Now, as I took the last one off, I applied some pressure because there's a little spring in here. So we just want to release it gently. There we go. And then just lift. So here is our shifter assembly. And I'm going to go set this someplace safe. You can also remove the spring. Just lift the spring out. And of course, just set that aside as well. But for now, I'm going to clean this surface. And I'm just going to tape this top off. I just get really nervous when I have, you know, exposed internals. I'm clumsy and I'm concerned about dropping, you know, bolts or really anything in here that I don't want to lose forever and damage my transmission. If you decide to do this, just use like a masking tape, just something that isn't going to leave a bunch of residue on the surface. Tape that down there. All we're doing is basically it needs to deflect like a flying bolt that might land on it. All right, I have this taped up as good as it's gonna get. I might even snap this sucker back in here. because why not? Now that we have it taped off, and I'm feeling good about it being protected from anything falling in it, we're done in here for now. So it's really that simple to remove the shifter. I really like how Nissan makes everything sort of like snap together, especially in the interior body parts. I know it's pretty common in most vehicles, but it seems particularly easy in these Nissan SUVs. Just remember, I would be extra careful when you have that top of that transmission open. If you drop something in there, you might be in a world of hurt. And also the parts of the shifter, if you're replacing it with the existing parts, make sure that you, of course, clean all the existing grease off and re-grease it with of course, new grease. Other than that, you just reassemble it, you tighten the bolts down to spec, and you're all set. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. If this video helped you, please go ahead and hit that like button. That will help me. And that's it. We'll see you in the next one.